Hi guy, welcome to my top 5 all-time greatest games video. Now this is going back, well I'm ancient now, I'm in my mid-30s, but this is going back years upon years, and I've not really gone too early strangely, but I've picked out my 5 games that really stand the test of time. These are what I love to bits, and I'm sure there's other people who've got other better games out there, but these are what personally really stand out. Right, number 5, let's jump straight in, is an Xbox game, and it's the original Halo. I mean, the reason I picked this, I'm sure people are going, oh my god, what's he picked that for? Yes, it's a first person shooter, it's actually really good. I mean, Bungie at the time had this line of saying like, it's all a game. The game should be about creating 30 seconds of fun and then just repeating it infinitely. And my god, have they done it with this game? Like, the AI is perfect. The shooting controls are perfect for a controller. It's at the time it was nothing like this had been done as well on a console except for maybe GoldenEye. It was just perfect. Then you had the whole LAN side of being able to have multiplayer, because Xbox Live wasn't a thing at this point. And it was just a fantastic game, and I can still remember playing it for the first time. And I was when you're in the ship right at the beginning, and you get down to the planet, and it was just like, my god, this is Die Hard with aliens. And I just had so much fun with it. It was just absolutely, it was a brilliant game. It had some stunning vistas for the Xbox at the time. Yeah, just hours and hours of fun, and of course the movie universe, the game universe is still going all these years later. It's taken a bit of a dive in recent years, but it's still around, which is quite impressive after 15 odd years. Yeah. Anyway, on to number 4. Again, this might be a funny one, but it's a Grand Theft Auto game, and it's Vice City. Of course, there've been better Grand Theft Auto games over the years, but this one was special because, I mean, I had it on the original Xbox, and you could actually play your own songs if you had them on the hard drive. And I used to love it where I'd go and get a really posh, fast sports car, steal one, and then just bomb down the beaches, or running the pedestrians over, or just driving down the streets and listen to like classic 80s music, because it was that vibe, and very Miami Vice, and get you drawn into that world. The game was just awesome as well. I mean, very clunky bit with the shooting controls, and the camera wasn't 100% as good as it should be. But overall, as a general experience and as a game, it was bloody good fun, and some of the missions were fantastic. Like, like some of the remote control missions, like flying remote control helicopters or planes and things, and planting bombs, jumping from buildings and motorcycles. And, oh, just brilliant. And the moped. Anyway, moving on. Number 3 is Monkey Island 2. Now, I remember seeing this there was a game shop near when I was a kid. I don't live that too far away from where it used to be, actually. It only lasted about 8 years and shut down, but at the time they had a student in, and I'd be going down there after school all the time. I've just been so annoyed by it back then. And they had Amiga up in the shop, and they basically did photocopying, but they sold a range of games. That was the thing, that's what these shops did back then. And I would go in every day and see this woman behind the counter, and she'd have a game on, because it was busy, not a busy time of day, and they just end up playing it for hours and hours. And it was my first time when I saw it on a Amiga, would have been 600, and it was, I saw Monkey Island 2, and it just drew me in. It was so brilliant, the music was great, and I didn't really get what was going on because I had none of the history of the game. And then a few years later I got an Amiga of my own, and then started playing through the first and then the second one. And there's some of some of the best games I've ever played. The script was hilarious, the puzzles were clever, they weren't too difficult, but they were challenging enough that for years I would do regular run-throughs. I mean, I've not played them both now for about 2 or 3 years, but they're due to go back through. I've re-bought them. I haven't done the remakes because I'm not a fan of that new art style, but the second game was just amazing. I mean, what a way to improve your main character, to having combat like that, to look older and more experienced, and then be just as terrible. It was brilliant. And the music, that Caribbean, Jamaican theme, and just the way it was like reggae, and brilliant. Anyway, moving on swiftly. Yeah, number 2 has to be Ocarina of Time. It still gives me chills, this game, thinking back. Things like, jumping the fence with I can't even say her name now. But so many brilliant moments, so many things to do and to explore. Going in a whale's belly, the Gerudo Desert. That moment when you get captured, or when you ride into there and the music's playing, and it's like this weird fast cowboy almost theme. It was absolutely fantastic. So many happy memories of that. My favourite part about it was the combat. Just being able to go up against like a Skeletos. Forgot the name. The skeletons, and then you lock on with the Z, and you can use your shield to deflect and defend, and then slash with a sword. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I always thought there wasn't enough combat like that in the game, because when you got into them moments, they were perfect, absolutely perfect. But yeah, what a game, what a game. Yeah, well, number 1, this is a tough one because I'm going to pick Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2. And it's cheating a bit because they are 2 separate games, but they are basically the same story, and you do them as a straight run through, and they change only ever so slightly between the 2 games. So I know, isn't that cheating? But yeah, I can't pick between them because they're both was awesome. Number 2 improved on the controls and everything, as it should have done on the first one. It fixed the errors, but the open world stuff was just brilliant. Just that whole thing of being able to get a job, or being able to walk anywhere, see people, interact with people. The whole thing of tracing down sailors, I'm not quite sure what that was all about. But it was just absolutely fantastic. And then you had the whole Virtua Fighter style combat mixed into the middle, which was just really great. And you could learn to play that. You couldn't button mash your way through that, at least that I found, because some really difficult parts. You needed to learn the moves, and you need to learn how to do it. And it was so odd to be in like an RPG style game like that, and then have this combat as an aside. I hope they do that for the 3rd game. I really am a bit worried if they don't. But yeah. Anyway, that's my top 5. Those are my best games of all time. Again, people are bound to have more. I've gone a bit old school. I've gone a fair bit back, but maybe people have more recent stuff that they prefer. Please, guys, post in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and look forward to another video soon.